Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're going to be doing a reading on how does the entertainment industry work? So in my Britney Spears reading, looking at was she sabotaged, at the end of that reading, I kind of picked up an energy of Jimmi Hendrix and what was kind of and he had like this whole conspiracy board of like, you need to understand how the industry works. How does it work? What are things that are going on and the such? So I'm like, okay, I want to do the video, look at it and see what's kind of going on. So I did the video. It's kind of a little bit weird. It kind of goes a little bit all over the place. I think we're going to have to do a part 2 to the whole thing, to be 100% honest. As I'm like, we got some information, and I think you're going to have questions, and I'm going to have questions once I go back and rewatch it. So, with that, then, I have all the timestamps down below. But first, I have a giveaway announcement for you. So, if you guys are interested, I have a giveaway. So, I'm going to be giving away. I'm going to bring it up. I'm super excited. This cool T-shirt for you all. So this is an extra. It'll come in an extra large, but this is like my whatever SunBurst Tarot T-shirt. It is black. It's in an extra large. So if you guys are worried about what the sizing is and everything, that's what it is. It's this cute T-shirt. It's got this awesome sun on it. And this sun, he's just chilling, laying in a beach chair, super cool. And then it also has the SunBurst Tarot logo on the front, really small over just your, I think it's your left, like on the left chest area. So if you're interested in that, feel free, leave a comment down below. I will be picking a winner on goodness gracious, December 18th at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be picking the winner using the random YouTube comment picker. So anyone who leaves a comment is eligible to win. I'm super excited for this giveaway. It's the first one I'm doing, and I'm really, really excited to give back to my incredible members and subscribers and people who have just kind of come to watch my channel. This has just been phenomenal. So just wanted to let you guys know, I started off last year at about 50 subscribers at the beginning of 2025 or 2024, sorry. And now here going into 2025, we are over we're closing in on, I think we're over 2,400 as of the time I am filming. So thank you all so much for everyone who's kind of joined this year. And this is my way to just kind of start giving back to you guys. So thank you all so much. This is the giveaway. Remember, feel free, leave a comment. It could be emoji. It could be something else. So feel free, leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. You guys also get have a chance to win, and I will be posting the winner up on my community tab on December 18th at 5 o'clock p.m. So with that, thank you so much for listening to me on that. So other news and announcements that we got. So remember, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so using my website link down below. I am currently running a sale. So there is a coupon available for any personal readings that you would like. So if you go into the reading that you want on my website, click in holidays, an @ for that days. 24, that applies a 10% off discount to any reading off of my website, whether that's in person or just a personal video for you. So have that going. Otherwise, if you want to see videos like this early, if you want to see videos like this early, you want to see extended readings, exclusive readings, as well as some pretty big discounts on personal readings, you can join my YouTube members for $3 a month. You get access to all of that awesome content. And we are doing member live streams as well, where we get to answer your questions about the juiciest topics, a little bit unfiltered and uncensored for your viewing topics. So thank you all so much to listening to me there. Just a quick thing then, my disclaimer. Remember, everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all. Just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Otherwise, thanks for listening to me, and I will see you guys in the reading. So, see you there. Hi everyone and welcome to the video. So the first things we're going to look at here today is I'm going to take a look at Jimmi Hendrix energy. So, and then I kind of want to dig into, in my Britney VMAs video, I'll have it linked here in a card up above if I remember. And at the end of that video, Jimmi Hendrix came to, I saw a vision of Jimmi Hendrix and he's like, I got the board. I've got the board. And I'm like, okay, let's look at the board. And so that's kind of what this video is kind of dedicated to, alongside Jimmi Hendrix and his untimely passing. So what I want to do is really want to just take a look, one, around who was Jimmi Hendrix, and then kind of dig into his conspiracy board, it looks like, from what he's been able to gather. So who was Jimmi at the core of him? How did he operate and the such? We have the Fool upright. He was someone who was like, I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants. I have things to say. I have things to do. I'm going to go out, do my thing as I do. Why was this? Because he was going to have control over a big part of his life. He was someone who was not carefree willy-nilly, but you know how there's the energy of a leader or someone in the world where it's you kind of just want to follow them because their ideas are really cool. What they just have to say just seems to resonate, and they always kind of just do it. They don't seem to have a motivation other than just being themselves. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here with Jimmi Hendrix and just who he was at his core. For financial influences, though, on him, it does feel that there's a part of him that did get roped into the glitz and glam. He kind of got roped into the negativity, El Diablo here with the devil. Reverse, it's from a financial influence, I got roped in. I made bad business deals. I talked to the wrong people. I signed the wrong contracts. Money was a big part of it feels like it's a wound that he had for quite a long time, and then that was one wound he was never able to kind of address through his whole life, which kind of led him into the decisions that he made and situations that he found himself in. So, hopes and fears here, the world. For him, he was all about, I want to project a mask out, hopes and fears. I have a mask that I want to put out. He did have a tough time, I think, expressing himself, the truths that he wanted to speak. He had a lot of trouble talking about. The world here, it's you're starting a new cycle, but this is also it's the ghost from the haunted mansion in this one, and it's very much along the lines of there's a veil over what he can say and what he can't say, which I think caused a lot of issues. He also had a ton of secrets that he held, maybe things that he did, things that deals that he had, information that he had that was maybe very secretive in nature. And I do feel with this Fool card, there was a lot of I kind of just went willy-nilly with a lot of things. I held a lot of secrets, and sometimes it feels like he got roped into things and he didn't realize what he got roped into in the grand scheme of things until much later on. So if he got invited to a party and he was supposed to be doing XYZ at this party, so he signed on, that was the deal, that was told to him, he was brought in, he did his thing, but then near the end of the party, the end of his contracted gig, something ended up happening that he didn't know was scheduled to happen but was kind of expected of him. It's kind of what I'm seeing, and it turned into man, I didn't sign up to do this, but he's kind of being pressured or almost forced to do it because he didn't read the fine print in something. And so that's what it kind of feels like for him. Also, it feels like within his life, he did struggle with happiness and finding joy with some of the things that he did. His work and his art, it's that's what I wanted to do. Or it's not even the work or the art. He was very talented, yes, but that wasn't his mission. It almost feels like his mission was something I need to speak. I want to speak. I want to talk in some way. What was going for him as the high priestess, he never was able to see the full picture, which is why I think he was never able to see the full picture when he was alive. But then when he passed, he was finally able to see the full picture. And when he was able to see the full picture, it's like, okay, that's how I can help. That's how I can see things. So I'm very, looking at this, I'm actually, it was a good thing that he didn't see the full picture, is what I'm getting at. And the reasoning for that almost feels like, it's like you couldn't help if you knew the full picture then, but you can help now. It's just interesting. Because here in the past, the magician wanting to speak, talk, tell my own things, and then here in the future, the strength. He's the... Okay, so I know that like there's been like a thing of like, hey, Jimmi Hendrix is like, if you want to if you want to kind of figure out what's going on, like he comes to a lot of people to talk about his situation, explain how Hollywood works. He's the gatekeeper. Yes, he did end up passing to the other side, but he's like a gatekeeper, but he's also someone who holds all the information. Like, if you want to know how things work, he's the guy you go to. Where I think his mission on life is exactly what it was. Like, his mission, he's carried on in the afterlife, is what it feels like. Where maybe he was intended to speak about things in the 3D, about things going on in Hollywood, of the projects, the plans, the underbelly, and everything kind of going on with that, but that he was never able to do that. Yeah, he was like, man, yeah, I wasn't going to be able to do it either. Because it's like, he wasn't going to ever be able to do what he needed to do in the 3D. Because in the 3D, he was becoming a part of that group, and he was becoming a part of it. And if him being a part of it would not have allowed him to be separate from it. And why I say that is like him being separated from it all. Him being separated. Him being separated from it allows him to actually explain it to the general public better. So him crossing to the other side is almost like he was being corrupted in a sense in the 3D. So it's like, okay, you got to get taken to the other side because now you're actually able to like do the mission of speaking about how this thing all works. Maybe not in a 3D sense, but in a 5D sense to help others understand what the heck is going on in Hollywood. And I get that pretty strongly. Okay, so next I want to take a look at... I'm going to pull out a new deck that I was gifted. So thank you, my lovely Thank you to the subscriber person in the audience who got me this deck from my Amazon wishlist. I thank you so very much. So I'm going to use it in this reading. But what I see and what I'm being shown is that there's like 4 different pillars within the industry. Like within Hollywood, the entertainment industry, and I'm even saying, and like what I'm hearing is this isn't just the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry, Hollywood, is only one arm of the whole thing. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Because it's like, okay, you want to know how LA is run? Well, this is how LA is run. Within LA, there's like 4 main families. And 4 main families, groups, organizations, however you want to call them. And those 4 main groups have been around for millennia. Well, not millennia, but they've been around for a good long while. It feels like almost 100 years for most of them. Maybe some are a little bit less. But these are like the 4 main pillars within LA. And within these 4 main pillars, there's always been, as I'm being told, it's like the groups that kind of run LA, the groups that kind of run around this entertainment industry, there's typically around 5 to 6 running at any given time. There's been as many as 8. That was messy and that was a bloody era, I'm being told. And that feels like it was somewhere in like that was like in the way beginning. Maybe like the early 20s and 30s, it kind of feels like. That was like way early in this whole thing. Like there's been as many as 8. There was maybe 8 around in the 60s, it feels like. But now it's kind of gone back down to like 5. But there's been like 4 mainstays or 4 main pillars within the entertainment industry as a whole that have kind of kept around, and they each have their own specialties. Each have their own specialties in what they're able to do, how they do it, and the such. So, what we're going to take a look at here is we're going to take a look at the 4. We're going to pull 4 cards for the 4 main. What are the 4? What are like kind of the specialties of the 4 main groups? And then I want to take a look at a 5 and a 6, just as like what are some of the other specialties that other groups have maybe taken on in the past within the Hollywood, LA entertainment industry area. So we have the first one is they need our celebrities. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So this is a brand new deck. I'm still learning it. We're still learning new things going around. So within the whole entertainment industry, looking at these four major pillars with like kind of 2 on the side here. So we have our celebrities. It's pretty obvious. And within the so that's like your entertainers, your A-list people. Those are the people who are out in front. Yeah. Okay. Then we have the next one is self-exit. Just for YouTube terms of service and things like that, we have self-exit. And with the self-exit group, this feels like the group that's kind of like they're my where Burial is kind of like my cleanup crew. Yeah, Burial's like my cleanup crew. I need a cleanup crew that comes in, does what I need them to do, and gets the heck out. Like get in, get out, do my things. The self-exit group here feels like we're a cleanup in a way of we get rid of unwanted problems. This is like our like an assassin's guild or something along those lines. They're the ones that like you need someone gone, we'll get them gone here. And then mountains. Oh goodness. So mountains can represent like a location. It can represent challenges. What I feel here is, so I just did a reading on the Bohemian Grove. If you're interested, I'll have that linked here at the end. But what this gives me is this is like the group that they come from outside of LA, out of the entertainment sphere. This is the group that comes out. This is like the group that we do things in secret. We're the hush hush secret people. Looking at the 2 other outside, like I said, there's a couple other groups that run within LA as well. We have aliens, which is, you can see this is like these are extraterrestrial beings coming in and see, we are here to control your whole species. No, what this almost feels like to me is this is like an outside group coming in from, say, China, from Mexico, from South America, from Russia. This is like an external group. It almost feels like outside of the United States that comes in and influences. This could be from anywhere. I'm not picking up on a specific location, but this feels like my international group. There's always like one or 2 international groups that kind of are operating at any one given time in LA. I'm getting really specifically like somewhere like Eastern, like the Oriental, somewhere over there. Remember in the the early 70s or 80s when there was like a huge surgence of like the karate movies? It feels like during that time, like that, like was it China, I believe. China had a really big stronghold in America had like a really big stronghold in the entertainment field. Then we've seen like an influx of people from Great Britain come in at one point in time. We've had a great influx of people coming in from Russia. Like there's been always at least one international group, it feels like, that's had a pretty major stronghold or has come out as like one of the top ones within the area. I mean, we've known about even like the cartels as well might be in the current stage of kind of having a foothold or stronghold within the entertainment industry as a whole. Looking over here with a fair, this kind of group gives me the sense of this feels like a break off group almost. Yeah, like a break off group, or this is a group that's kind of like, this almost feels like my light workers group for some reason. And why I say that is because this is someone who's like, I'm with this person, but I'm really with this person. So it's like they're playing both sides. So it feels like we've always had a light workers group. We have our celebrities. We have our guild of people who kind of take care of problems that need to go. We have our cleanup crew, which is like you need something done way on the down. I also get tunnels here. So if someone's running tunnels, running groups, there's been tunnels been rumored to be in LA. They're like, we're underground. This is more of an underground sort of group as well. Mountains has given me outside. Yeah, this is the outside religious groups, and I cannot shake that feeling. So that's what it's feeling like here as like the main kind of pillars within LA. So now we're going to dig into each one of these pillars separately and look at kind of like the roles that they play, what kind of things are we kind of maybe looking at a little bit more. So we're going to like take a look at the celebrity first. And let's take a look here at, let's just take a look. Getting into celebrity, again, I see them as their mouthpieces. Their mouthpieces, or they're like a necessary pawn, the what? Sorry, it might be slang. I'm hearing a word and it might be slang, and I'm not sure if it's appropriate slang to say online. Celebrities, what are they? They're the Pack-Mules. They're the Pack-Mules of the industry. That's what they are. They're the Pack-Mules of the industry. Interesting. That's what celebrities are. And like, if you look at it from a very outside perspective, celebrity status or celebrities are the Pack-Mules of LA, which is a weird thing to say, but that's a descriptor I'm given. They're Pack-Mules. So what role do they play? The Four of Pentacles. Why is this? So celebrities get all the resources, but they also blow all the resources. But yet they're the Pack-Mules. Financial influence, temperance. They mix, they match, they do different things. They also have like, you're mixing and matching, emotional balance, stability. Hold on, I'm just going to pull the whole thing here. They go down, everyone goes down. Ooh. Okay, so how I would describe what roles does celebrity play in like this whole, it almost feels like an ecosystem, is they're the Pack-Mules, yes. But as a Pack-Mule, they're also the equalizers or balancers for the whole of the industry. Why I say that? They're the ones that bring in a lot of resources, the Four of Pentacles, because they're party hard. They're going to be willy-nilly. Just as money comes in, money goes out with that balance up there. It's like they bring money in, but that money goes out. That is so, like, if LA would ever go through, and I am saying LA here, if like the LA or the entertainment industry would ever go through like a slump of some sort, it's like they never stop. Because like entertainment kind of stays forever. And what celebrity brings is a client base that doesn't falter or doesn't wane. They don't falter or wane. They're always there. They're the consistency to the whole ecosystem. It's like celebrity is like the most consistent pillar that there's ever been. They've always been stars. They always bring in money. They're the whales, essentially. If you aren't familiar with the term, a whale is a big spender who will spend uber amounts on things that they want, either shinies, collectibles, or the such. And it doesn't matter what the cost is, they're going to pay it. They're like pay to play. They're like the pay to win type of people. That's who a whale is. And it's like they're the whales of the whole ecosystem, because they have the resources to keep things running, even if there's a downturn or something, or even if people are spooked by certain things, they're always going to be there. Hopes and fears here, that they're going to stop. This whole thing with Diddy feels like it has definitely caused a wrench for some of the movers and players within Hollywood. Yes, and I'm wondering if the things with Diddy has affected the celebrity part the most. No, I'm hearing no. They're fine. It's like that pillar doesn't seem to get touched. At least if it does get touched, it's like only like 25% of that pillar got touched. With the whole thing with Diddy, which is interesting considering everyone's like, oh, yeah, and there's no party like a Diddy party, right? And it's like almost everyone, it seems like that was anyone that got invited. So that's super interesting there. Looking down here with unseen obstacles, the High Priestess, it seems like there might be some crossover between celebrities and this religious group that I keep feeling. And I'm hearing yes in my head. So it's like, yes, that is what it is. There's like some crossover where it's like it's like almost like these, like the religious group and the celebrity group, they aren't one and the same, but they have a lot of cross members. No, not cross members. It's like they have contracts together. And these contracts is like to be a celebrity, you don't need the religious aspect, but if you want to be a big celebrity, you need the religious aspect. And that's kind of where this is coming from. You want to be this big, you want to be the big name, you want to be the ones with billions of dollars underneath, you need to be a part of the religious aspect, which is, I think, whether that's in a retreat or you need to go outside of LA to get it in some way. Looking over here with the Seven of Wands as another challenge here, it's like this is unavoidable. It's an unavoidable thing to be a celebrity. To be a celebrity, aka a pack mule, for messaging, for messaging, for the direction you want to take in society, for media manipulation, for influencing others. It's kind of like it's a necessity to be someone, to be uber big, though you need to, it's like you can't avoid it. You can't avoid pieces of it. Also over here is what's going from to be a celebrity, you cannot be a nurturing person. You kind of have to almost shut off all your emotions to be a celebrity, is what it feels like. You need to shut everything off. Also down here with the Tower reversed, it's like you're avoiding disaster in the past. It's an eat or be eaten situation. So it's like in a celebrity sense, it's like, hey, you want to be an A-list or you want to be a C, D list actor? Okay. But once you get to be like a pretty well-known C or D-list actor, it's like either you step up or you're gonna get almost like consumed by the industry. It's like either it's like you become either the celebrity that we want you to be, or you're gonna get consumed by the industry, whether that's your creativity, your passions, your life force, whatever you want to call it. Here in the future, it's the Ten of Wands reverse. This is like releasing of a burden. So I do think the celebrity culture is pretty much going downhill. The power that celebrities have within the entertainment industry is going to where it's at like maybe like 95% right now where they're in like power status, they're going down to like maybe like 30% in power, and this, or at least in the status, or like if you would quantify numbers, they're like 30% of what they were at like at their like their height within like the power structure of this pillars. They're like at 30% of what they have been in the past. Okay, so that's pillar number one. So let's look at pillar number two. We're going to go look at our cleanup crew burial. Cleanup crew, but also things that are done underground. So this is kind of looking at maybe tunnels or other things that are going on. So do I believe that there are tunnels under LA? I do. So if I'm like, I'm talking about like tunnels or the such, well, I believe that they're there because, come on, like a city that old. I mean, it used to be an old gold mining area. There's got to be tunnels somewhere, right? So let's take a look here at this burial. Again, this is cleanup crew, but also transportation from one area to another. I'm seeing like not highways per se, but like there's like underground transit. There's definitely underground transit underneath LA. I don't know if they walk, but I'm seeing like Bentleys underneath there. So, but that's just me. We all have differing opinions. So let's take a look. See here. What's this burial cleanup crew, this pillar kind of all about? Knight of Swords reversed. Oh my gosh. This is all underground stuff. This is all underground shenaniganery. Oh yeah. Okay, so burial. This is our people underground. Knight of Swords reversed. Knight of Swords, it's like when you see the upright, it's like this is over air travel. You're going to go through helicopters and the such. Seeing it reversed, I'm like, okay, we're underground. We're underground, saying one thing, doing another. With the Four of Cups, this is like a happiness. Happiness of, you get all the perks of life and you just don't have to settle for just one. Financial influences on this group. This is a group that protects their resources. In my opinion here, there's like a group that just runs the underground tunnel system. I don't think this group is around a lot anymore. And I would say it's kind of had to go bye-bye for sure in the last 5 years. For sure, it's gone bye-bye, like completely almost. Maybe not completely, but within the last 5 years, it's shrunk tremendously. Because looking up here at the financial influences, that Nine of Wands, we're seeing this is a closely held guard secret. Only there's like, you got to know the password. You got to pay the members' fees, the members' dues, and it's all underground. This is how we move people from to and fro to point A to point B, all underground. Hopes and fears here. A snake oil salesman. It's saying, yeah, it's my snake oil salesman, the magician reversed. Excuse me. I've had 2 cups of coffee already today. So, what have I... We're not saying things, we're not doing... Hold on. Unseen obstacles. People get lost down here as well. So, this is the underground transit group. Yes. Hopes and fears. That magician reverse. People they're afraid of people telling their secrets. I think there's also a lot of false There's a lot of false guides. So here's a really interesting part about the tunnel system under LA. There's been a lot of false guides, people who say, "Oh, I know the way, I don't know the way." Also, it feels like if you get caught down here and you aren't maybe with the right Sherpa, you're kind of like taken to whatever sort of like prison-esque thing that they got, and you're investigated because it's like their own. It's like what I see is they're owned and operated by this certain group, and if you go down there and you haven't given the ties, you haven't been given essentially the permission to be down there, like you're questioned on one, how do you know how to get down here? Two, who are you with? Why are you here? What do you want? Where are you trying to go? Because and like if you get down here and like you get caught, it's like you're kind of like done. You won't get out of here. Because also with the Queen of Wands reversed here is the other challenge. It's like you think you're hot shit. No, you're really not. Also, there seems to be like a feminine quality to the leader of who kind of led the underground tunnel system there. It's like there's a feminine type of leader who it's like, oh, come to my lair. You were down in my tunnels that I own and operate and secure. Why were you down here? And it feels like if you meet her, you don't see daylight ever again. Uh, this is a very good money making opportunity. It was like I said, this was around for several decades. And expanded, it got you from point A to point B without being seen. Very good, profitable money making opportunity here. It just had to go down though. Uh, I also think that these were locations where maybe some dark, dank, deep, the dark and dank rituals from El Diablo might have been happening. Again, it feels like whatever this religion is, this religion thingy-mabobber that seems to keep popping up, the religion is like everywhere. The religion is like, how do I put this? It's like if you want to be anywhere, you got to be a part of this religion, which is weird. And then here in the future, Page of Pentacles. I do see the tunnels maybe starting to open up again. They've been quiet. This group has been kind of on the down low. It's like we can't move things, we can't move people because X, Y, and Z. There's something, there might be too many cops sniffing around, but they are looking to open them up again. I don't know if this will ever be public. I'm hearing no, but this might be like a system that the government will be taking over here in the future. Whether or not they want the government to take this over, I'm hearing a strong no. But the people who know about that area, this is like, it's not even it's a safe haven, but at the same time, it's like there's too many people who are vying for this spot because it's much too profitable, and it's also just much too powerful because the people who are using these sites are the ones who have the money. All right, let's take a look at these mountains. I'm very curious because this mountains feels like this is an external group. This also feels like the longest running group within the area. Just saying. And with this long-standing group, it's like you need to go to this group to get anything done. Anything you want, you need to go through this group to get it done. You want to be big? Here. You want to have a spot? Here. It's almost like this is... Yeah. Let's take a look here, because I'm curious. Because the mountain also reflects challenges. It just might reflect the area. So let's take a look here. What is this group kind of... What role do they play? The King of Pentacles. So this is our leader of the faith. I don't even know if it's the leader of the faith, but this is our vault keeper. This is the vault keeper, also with all the blood. So where this King of Pentacles is standing is in a blood vault. So wherever this is the vault keeper of material, of information, of anything that you kind of want. Why is this the Two of Pentacles reversed? This is really weird, but I'm going to say it. Is there, whenever you get into any of these groups, whether it's this underground tunnel group or the celebrity group, like, do you, to get into any of these, do you have to give like any like bodily fluids or materials to these groups? Like, do you have to, like, is that a requirement for any of them? Because I'm like, is this stored in the mountains somewhere? Oh gosh, are we going back to Colorado? I hope not. Bohemian Grove reading, y'all, that was a very weird reading. What does this have to do with how Hollywood works? I'm hearing like, bro, oh gosh. Oh goodness. This is like, bro got everything that he bro has got, why do I want to say dingleberries for some reason? He's got the dingleberries on everyone. He's got like you want the smears, you want the blood, you want this, you want that. This is like a wheeler and dealer almost, of like, you need this, I got you. You need this, I got you. This almost feels like, oh, I hope not. I hope this is not where that's going. Because financial influence is immaterial imbalance. This is, like I said, a religious person. Like, it feels like that's like an undercurrent to everything. And so, like, I don't feel that that shows up as like an actual pillar. So, okay, so that's not an actual pillar. That's just a religion. Like, and there's a couple different religions too. Yeah. Which is like a part of society. But here, I hate to say this, but you know how you always have to have a dealer for something, a dealer for your goods, a dealer for this, a dealer for that. That's who this is. That's what this mountains is representing. It's like, you need a kidney, I got you a kidney. You need a person, I got you a person. You need XYZ blood type, I got you with your XYZ blood type. You need this, I got you, buddy. What else do you need? And it's like, he's like, but it always comes at a price. And wherever things are getting stored, or wherever this stuff is in a warehouse, oh my gosh. Wherever this stuff is in a warehouse or a vault, it feels like in the middle of the mountains somewhere, wherever that may be. I'm seeing the Sierra Nevadas, but you never know. People are weird or different. And yay. So, like, that's what this feels like. Up here, hopes and fears, a 10 of wands. This person holds a lot of burdens maintaining this stronghold, these foothills, this area to keep their operations running. This is a dealer. This is like, you need something, I got you. It's almost like, this is like the Walmart. I hate saying this, but like, this feels like the Walmart of the black market trade. The unseen obstacles, the Two of Swords, like, and this is the person that you must go to get your stuff from. Do I say a name? Do I reference a video? If you want to go check out my Snoop Dogg reading, I will have that linked here at the end of the video, which you can go check her out. That's just the video. I don't know if y'all are interested in that, but feel free, go check it out. It might be kind of interesting pertaining to this, what I'm picking up on. I'm not saying it is him. I don't know if it is him. I'm not sure. But this is someone very similar. This is someone who's a dealer in whatever you want to look at it as. And there's a cup full of blood. Here is the other challenge. This person has a lot of material wealth, that should be pentacles, right? But whoever this is like, there's a lot of blood spilt. There's a lot of bodily materials. There's a lot that this person gathers. I just don't. Because, like, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is I'm seeing, and I'm trying to interpret it, like, this doesn't need to be literal. Like, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing this giant hallway. Like, you go through these, like, these doors, you go into this giant freezer, and then there are just aisles of, like, frozen biological material. And it's like, oh, you want Jackie Kennedy? Let's go. Oh, that's aisle 3, cabinet 4, row 6. And then that's where Jackie Kennedy's, like, biological material is stored. And, like, you pull out the baggie, and, like, you see, like, a little bit of a vial, you see a little bit of some clear substances, and away you go. And that's Jackie Kennedy stuff. Oh, you want I don't know, FDR stuff. Oh, that's aisle 7 with, and then you're going to have to actually grab the ladder out, and you have to climb up because that's in, like, a special protected area on, like, the 2nd level. Like, that's what this area feels like. It's super in depth and weird. It's like, whoever was if your name is mentioned in a history book, if you're, like, any sort of name within, like, the industry, like, your material is stored here, if that makes any sense to y'all. Because why? Well, what's going for this whole thing in the mountains is religion, the Hierophant upright, religion, marriage, from a higher power. If you're of a certain level, your material goes here. Your stuff goes here. This is like a wheeler, a dealer. You got to give something in return. If you need something, it might not always be money you need to give. Sometimes you just need to give yourself, which is interesting. I also, this is like a collector as well. Whatever this is a super, how does this fit into the ecosystem? How does this fit into the ecosystem? What I'm hearing is this is how you, this is your first, this is the lesson of, to receive you must give, and to give you must receive. This is like where, and this is where, like, it almost feels like this is the sick and twisted part of it. Like, if there's any group that's, like, the most sick and twisted, it would be this one. And it's like, again, it's like, okay, sure, you did the act, but here it's like, now you are knowingly getting materials for those acts to be done, is what it feels like. This also feels like a breeding ground for some reason. Not a breeding ground, but a experimentation lounge. Experimentation lounge. You want to try something, you go here to do it. You want to see what X would do if Y would do. Here's where you do it. You want, this is also, I don't know why I want to say, like, whatever this group is, it's almost like whatever fancies your freak, we're going to help you figure it out. Ding, 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 ding. Whatever fancies your freak, we're going to help you figure it out. And you know what? It's almost like, I don't know why I almost see this now as like a retreat. This is how you fancy your freak. This is where, yeah, and it's in the mountains. It's a fancy your freak location. Yeah, we deal in bodies, we deal in materials. I legitimately think that there are frozen body parts, or frozen bodies, or frozen brains in that location. I think they have, like, you know how, like, the Americans have, like, or American government's like, oh yeah, we've been testing all this sorts of stuff going on, X, Y, and Z, right? It almost feels like this place has been doing, like, the exact same that the American government has been doing, but they've been doing it for, like, a lot longer. Yeah. And it's like, this group has been, like, they haven't successfully done it yet, but this is a group that I think has gotten very close to figuring out how to do soul transfer for some reason. Not soul transfer, or how to revive a mind in a new body. And here in the future, the Empress, is this who I think it is? Is this the role that she actually plays in this whole shit show? Are we finally figuring out the actual role she plays? Oh, God. Okay, so for those who have not been around, and this is like your first video that you're seeing of mine, so we've been following this Empress for a very long time, and we've been trying to figure out who she is, what she does, and the such. And so we've known that she's in like Diddy circles, right? I think we finally figured out what role she plays within Diddy circles. She's the. This is where you learn to freak. What freaks your freak? That's who she is. And I've been seeing this King of Pentacles popping up too all over the place. This is weird. She's taking over the King of Pentacles role. Okay, inner politics of the weird and wild. But this group, I don't know if they're going down. I don't know if the group itself is going down, but the figurehead of this group feels like they're going down. And when this figurehead goes down of this group, the Empress is going to be coming in and taking over this pot. Oh my gosh, this is. Oh my goodness, yeah, okay. Freaking your freak, whatever, man. This is. I don't like. Goodness gracious. Let's take a look at a fair. This feels like my group, like my white light group. And I know this video is getting long. I'm going to try and keep it concise. So, but yeah, this feels like this is like you're in bed with like, you're one way with one group, but then like you got to go play it up with another person. This is like my backstabbing betrayals group. Feels like my white light group, my Robin Hoods, where it's like we act one way, we rob Peter to pay Paul. I know that there's been like Jaguar Wright, Cat Williams. I think people have been speculating 50 Cent. And that's kind of what it feels like here. It's like they were in the group, but then they're like, nah, fam, we're not in it that much. Or like we aren't in it in the way that you thought that we might be. So let's just take a look here. 8 of Wands reversed. This is a group that moves very slowly. They're kind of stuck also in the circumstances that they're in. Why? Because it's like they don't want to get judged by the public, but also it's like they're not trying to get axed by people behind them. So it's like this is a group that operates very much underground. There's a lot of worry and panic over their resources, how they do things. That 9 of Swords reverse. Also, it feels like they are constantly under scrutiny, or they're constantly worried about people coming after them for what they can or cannot do. 3 of Wands, though, they're very good at getting information out. This is like, again, this feels like my Robin Hood group. You know how there's oh gosh, what would you call them? Like the honeypot missions, where you send in someone, they seduce them, and then you get out, but you got all the information that you need. That's what this group kind of feels like. They're honeypot. They have like a honeypot missions. They seduce the biggest, the richest, the fanciest to get the information out of them, bring it back, and figure out how can we use this to our advantage for the greater good. Unseen obstacles here for them is the 4 of Cups. They haven't been able, it's like, do they have big scores? Yes. But this group doesn't feel that they don't get all of it all at once. They get bits and pieces here and there, and then they try figuring out the story from like the book that they have. A good analogy of this might be, so you have like a 3-book series, like say it's a trilogy. And so each time you send someone out, they only get maybe like a page or 2 out of like the first book or the 3rd book or the 2nd book at a time. And so they never are able to put together the full trilogy or the full story because they're getting pages from different books at different times. So they're like kind of unable to put the whole story together. Oh, the other thing too is that they do run into some they kind of get stuck, or they have been stuck for a while, it feels like. This White Knight group, like this is a group that's been stuck. It's like we haven't been able to make inroads. They've gotten really good at figuring out who we are. They've gotten really tight-lipped about things. I could also see this feels like another like side group of celebrities. It's with celebrities, it's with the freak your freak people, it's with your underground tunnel people, it's with like your Assassin's Guild. It feels like each one of them has like different things that they do. But there's also members in each one of them that are kind of like double agents. And like this is a group that's been around for a while, but they just don't have a ton of numbers. But it feels like every time like the other groups try and come in and like axnay this group, there always seems to be like divine intervention or like the hand of God or divine smite from Archangel Michael that kind of comes in and saves this group from being completely wiped out. Or if it is completely wiped out, it's like it always starts up again like only like a week later. This is a group that doesn't. It's like the angry Chihuahuas. Their bark is big, their body may be small, but they're not afraid to go after what they're going after, and there's a lot of them that kind of just pings in and out. Okay. What goes for this group? The Two of Wands upright. So they're one that's constantly reinventing, readdressing, reevaluating. I don't know if this group is as active in LA currently, but I do feel that they have pretty strong presence in New York and in Atlanta's kind. I wouldn't say Atlanta because Atlanta's a completely different beast, and they're like, that city's dark. That city's way dark. If you want to, I have a whole video on Atlanta. That city's dark though. Like there's some. It's like we've tried Atlanta. We lose almost everyone that goes in there, because something's a brewing there. But it's like Miami. I think they have someone in Miami, or at least a few people in Miami. New York for sure though. New York feels like their stronghold within the music industry. Toronto, no. We want to go over to Britain, London area. No, they're feeling like they're in New York and then a little bit in LA. And then definitely Miami. They have a big presence in Miami, it feels like, but like their major focus is in New York. So that's what I'm getting here, but they're constantly reevaluating and doing different things. Here in the past, they had a pretty good group of people. They had a lot of resources. They had a good benefactor as well. But then here in the future, they're just constantly avoiding disaster. Of getting caught, not getting the right information, of getting information, sneaking their way out. Again, this is a group that's like a lot of double agents, and the double agents are hard to figure out. But it's also, people know that there's a lot of double agents roaming around. It's just like, which double agent group are you for? So, okay. That's what we're getting there. Also, I just love these cards. Let's look at aliens. Again, I think this is pretty much what role do they play here in this whole scene. Again, it feels like and this feels like more international groups again. And with these international groups, I think the international groups almost fight amongst themselves more than with the other groups, which is why I think the other groups kind of just let them be, because like they're fighting, like the international groups are fighting for power amongst themselves. So it's like we don't need to kind of worry about them because we'll just, okay, so say the Irish group is super big right now. Okay, well, you know what? The group from Mexico is really kind of like on their heels because they want this spot. So we're just going to let them deal with it rather than it be the other way around. So let's take a look here. What's the role of the international groups here? Two of Cups. Oh, interesting. Why is this the Six of Wands? So what's the role of, I think, these international groups? Okay, so one, there's the international groups, right? Is this actually aliens that we're talking about now? Goodness freaking gracious. Why? Okay, we're gonna go there. Okay, so one, yeah, international groups. Two, aliens, actual aliens that go beep boop, we're here to talk. Please bring me to your leader, type of things. Okay, wonderful. Why? What role do they play? They play the exotic. I can give you money, love, and power role. Why? Because of the ego and pride of other people. They're new, they're different, they're exotic. They have all these cool technologies, this information that no one else can have. We're from the outer space. So you know how us normal people see like celebrities as like these out of world characters? Like, okay, so they're out of world characters. Well, who do the celebrities look up to? Aliens. Wonderful. And this is like an ego and pride thing. Like this group, the alien group is around, but like they're super. They're almost like the alien group is like the cool kid club. And so if you get invited to the cool kid club, like you're really really cool. It's so messed up. Financial influence here, the strength card. I do see that the aliens are kind of like a coveted breed. I'm gonna call them that. They're a coveted breed pedigree. I should say pedigree. They're a coveted pedigree. If you get like, it's almost like if you sleep with the alien, like you're like you're like the hottest news or like the hottest shit for like I don't know years to come. Because like you're part of the in crowd. Everyone wants to be a part of this group. Everyone wants to be a part of this group, but they don't allow people in that easily. And if you are, well, you got to give up part of what you are. Also, I think that they got really weird rituals that people are like, this is kind of weird, but I'm kind of into it. Hell yeah, 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 yeah. Here with the Knight of Cups reverses and the hopes and fears. You don't want to be rejected by one of them. This is such a, again, they're like the cool kids of this area. Rejection. What the unseen obstacle here is, you never know what they're thinking. You always got to reevaluate, you always got to rethink, you always got to retool how you're approaching them, how you're saying. They also have, it's not, they have wealth, they have a lot of money. They have a lot of money. They also have some really weird rituals. They have some really weird rituals. Again, they have weird rituals, weird beliefs. They do things a lot differently than, say, you or I. Oh, this is just. Also, for some of them, I do get that, like, I don't know if, like, what aliens consume. I don't know if they consume human people food. I'm hearing no sometimes, depends. But like they have like a different food source that they have that they feed off of, whatever type of alien group that this is. Like they feed off of a different type of food, and like if you get them their food and how they want it, or if you are their food that you want, like you also like there's like a weird like you cater to them, like you get good things coming from them. What's going for them is they have a lot of wealth, also their food. They have a lot of wealth, they have a lot of power, they have a lot of money, they have a lot of influence within these circles. But they aren't a major player. They're like they're like the status holders, if you would want to put it like that. Here in the past, they are known for their, if you see someone like that's really weird, not weird, but you see someone like in modern day that has like different facial features or structures, like they have taken their wands all over town. I think they have crossbred. Uh, but here in the, and so like, so there are some like half human, half alien hybrids out there. I don't know if they're out to the public. No, I don't know if you see them in the public all the time. No, but have you seen them on like TV ever? No. Like this is like a really You know how like we never know like what the Rothschilds look like or the Rockefellers look like as much. Like that's kind of what this feels like. These are like the movers and shakers at the top. They're the cool kids that no one really knows about unless you're like in the in crowd, and then like within the in crowd there's like this uber duper like top row gotta go people. Okay, and then here in the future, the Five of Swords. Ooh, this group just does not care, and they're like, okay, we're gonna move to a different location. I do also see this group kind of just being like, all of our food sources are gone. How dare you? Why did you? And like they moved, and they just move on to the next one, which is what this kind of feels like. I don't know, man. Aliens are weird. Okay, now our last one, our self-exit group. I'm actually going to get a stone just because our self-exit group, just for some censorship here. For our self-exit group, aka it feels like our Assassin's Guild. So let's take a look here at our Assassin's Guild, and let's just take a look. The Assassin's Guild, what kind of role do they play within this ecosystem? And then we're going to look into the religious aspect, because I'm feeling that very strongly, that there's a religious aspect within Hollywood, within, I should say, LA, the entertainment industry, that we're just not touching on right now. Maybe that's going to maybe that's a completely separate video. Yeah, I feel like that's a completely separate video, but let's take a look here. Let's take a look. What's this Assassin's Guild's role to kind of play here? Two of Pentacles. We make the intangible tangible. Because you need to get away with something, you want to defend yourself, you want to get away with something, you want to fly over things. This is the group that you call. Come on. Thank you. This is the group you call. You want to make the intangible tangible. Decisions are going to be made. Financial influences, the Knight of Cups. Again, if like you make the offer, we'll make it work. You see, and also as you see this guy, he looks down upon this city as like, hey, it's like I'm almost seeing like someone's like, okay, you got the call, you know where they are, now get them. It's like they're very money influenced when it comes to how they do things. Hopes and fears here, 9 of Cups. So this group, when it comes to, it feels like they have a lot of emotion. Like they're not supposed to be an emotional group. And how they play into the ecosystem is that, you know how celebrities kind of just like sometimes go, or selective people are like, how that person kind of just goes under mysterious circumstances. That's this group. That's this group. It's like, because they don't leave stuff behind. Unseen obstacles, they're all contract based. If you don't pay them the money that they want, you're next. They're pretty cutthroat. They're pretty ruthless. You don't go to them unless you have the money to pay. Also, I feel like a little bit of loan sharking here, but yeah, because here is the 3 of Pentacles. You don't cross them. You make a contract. You follow through with the contract because they follow through with their end of the bargain. You don't. You will lose out your entire money. You will lose out your entire home. You will lose everything. They will go after every single penny, and you won't even know how to stop them. I also see this as a group of, they're loan sharks, 1. 2, they're the movers and shakers and contractors. So if you know how we have like big celebrities, right? They're like the Pack-Mules. They move messages from some people to others. This group is one of, this is like your record execs, your labels, your executive producers, your directors. That's this group. This is like the group that operates behind the scenes, that does all the contract negotiations. These are your CEOs of like talent firms, talent agencies. That's what this group is. You want to make a contract, you want to make a deal, you got to go through them. It's almost like if something's up, or if like money wasn't done, or someone screwed me out of this, you go to this group. They aren't the justice keepers per se, but they are the ones that will execute on justice. Their justice. They also are very local. This is a local group, and they don't have a stronghold outside of this area. So, like, out of all of the groups, we've seen celebrities. They have people all over the world. You have the freak your freak people. They're outside of LA. They bring in an international clientele almost. International, or they're a weird group. I don't know how you would classify them. They bring in a bunch of different people from all over the place. But they're also kind of sick and twisted in their own dang way. Then you got your aliens, which kind of just, they come from out of town. Affair, they're located everywhere. Your underground tunnel people, they're located are they located? Are the are our underground tunnel people kind of located everywhere? No, but they have a lot more outside influence. This group is so based in LA, it's not even funny. Like, their home, like, this is their home, this is their home base. It's like they were the first ones there, they will be the last ones there. I see them as like the record keepers of Alexandria, almost. And then here in the past, the Five of Pentacles. If there's also any group that has like inroads to like the police force, this is the group. So like, oh, you need someone to maybe look the other way. Oh, you need a case to get shoved to cold case. You need no one to look at this. Oh, you need your worst police officer or worst detective to look at this case because they're going to be absolute shit. Then this is the group that you go to kind of get that executed. Whether you're a celebrity, someone in the tunnel system, wherever you are, this is the group you go to maybe clean some stuff up in whatever way that is. Financially, materially, financially, personally, publicly, you needed something cleaned up, this is the group you go to. Here in the future, the Strength card as well. This is a very strong group. I don't see them leaving anytime soon. They're your paper pushers, your legal people. You need something done, this is the group you go to. If you're looking for money, this is the group you go to. Just make sure that you're going to be able to pay them back, because you don't pay the piper, you don't get those contracts. These are also a group, like, if you sign those contracts, like, you've essentially just sold your soul. Like, I don't know if you can sell your soul, but you've sold your life, essentially, to them. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take a really, really quick look here at some of a religious aspect here, really quick, of Hollywood. And what I'm going to do for that is I'm actually going to grab the true crime oracle here, and I'm gonna pull a spread here on just what do we know about kind of like the religious aspect, because it seems like it touches everything within the entertainment industry. And it's not just one, it doesn't just feel like one religious group either, because it's like the religious part of Hollywood is, or not even Hollywood, I should just say the entertainment industry is one of the most well-kept open secrets, or one of their more well-kept open secrets, because it's like and like what I'm seeing here is there's like 5 different ones that it could be. But let's just take a look at how does religion operate within the entertainment industry here out in LA. So let's just take a look here. It's hidden. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I love this. This deck is super cool. So when we look at how does the religious aspect go with the underbelly, or not even the underbelly, just how does it operate within the entertainment industry? It's a hidden part of it. Looking over here with the fake death, but also it's a lizard, and clarifying it's the chameleon, which is a lizard right there too. So it does give me that this is a group that hides in plain sight. It's a hide in plain sight type of group. So whether that is one of, oh, we're doing it under this such and such church. Oh, we're doing it under this and such way. It's like an open religion is so blatant, but yet it's still in the shadows, if that makes any sense. Like, it's a huge part of the entertainment industry, because it's like religion plays the part. Religion is the community networking for each town, each location. And like, to be in any of these underground groups, you need to be a part of a church it almost feels like a church or a religion of some sort, because that's the group that kind of protects you as like a subset of each one of these other larger communities, or I should say pillars within. Because also here with the financial influence, they're the ones that actually clean up more. They're the religious groups are the ones that maybe are like the liaisons between their members and these like pillars within everything. It's like, oh, if you're like a high level person within our religious organization, we're going to be able to be, we're a liaison between our congregation members and like these other groups that kind of help people out. So say someone, I don't know, a congregation member, let's call him Brian. Brian went home. He did some snow up the nose, and he brought a girl home with him, and she also did some snow up her nose, but she maybe went and OD'd. So he's like, oh no, what do I do? He calls his church leader, and it's like, bruh, I can't believe this. She's just gone. I don't know. We were doing this, and then we woke up this morning, and she just started like, and she's not breathing. And what do I do? And it's like, the church leader's like, settle down, stay where you're at, don't say anything, don't do shit, just stay where you're at. So then that church leader then would call, I don't know, the burial people, our underground network, and it's like, hey, I got a job. I need you to do X, Y, and Z for me. We need you to go to this apartment, pick up this person to get them out of town, get them out of Dodge, and that's what you're going to do. Go take them to your freak 'em off people. Just get them out. And then, like, that's kind of what the religious aspect, like the religions kind of operate as. Yeah. They also operate here with the hopes and fears here. They offer a safe haven for individuals to feel protected. For seeing the healing as well. It's like if something goes wrong, or if someone says something too wrong, or if like you need time away, like this is also a group that can get you like medical resources or resources to heal your soul after what you've had to do to get in anywhere. Because it does feel like there are good religions, but then there are also the really, really bad ones. Because down here, unseen obstacles with the challenge, it does feel that there are the religious organizations also operate they operate in a bad ways. Like, if you find a bad one, you're going to be with the devil. You're going to be doing illicit substances that are kind of illegal, and you're going to get kind of hooked and or addicted. And like, so now that you're addicted to those substances, you're going to go to your religion to essentially be gaslit, to be like, oh, we can help pray that away. Oh, we can help you with this. Oh, we can help you with that. While also hooking you onto these substances and creating a dependency on them. Over here is what's going for them, the spouse and partner. Religious organizations are great at helping connect you with a partner. So if you're someone who's single in Hollywood, or I should just say within the entertainment industry or adjacent, these religious institutions or groups are there to help connect you with other people, to be married, to have a partner, whether that's male, female, male and female. It doesn't matter. It feels like these groups, doesn't matter who you're interested in, we're going to get you a partner. And then with that partner, you're able to go out and do different things. Like, I think this is also like a singles, like a singles mixer, or a singles, like if you want to go marry someone, that's where you go. You go to your church to go find someone. Here in the past, this is very, very secret, and then here in the future, man-made disaster. So I do see some of these religious institutions maybe kind of going up in flames. So maybe expect, I know that there's been, sometimes you're looking at like, why did this location go on fire? It does feel like there are some things going on at maybe some religious institutions or places of worship that are not good, and it's like, oh, we do not need the police coming in to see that. Light it on fire, y'all. So it does feel like there might be some fire. There's man-made disasters or something that's kind of like burning up evidence or destroying evidence in some way. And the church is probably going to be behind a lot of that because or those religious institutions are. So that's what I'm seeing here for a little bit of Jimmi Hendrix. And then kind of like, what does the whole landscape of LA, Hollywood, Hollyweird, the entertainment industry, how does it work? What are kind of some pillars? What are things that we kind of needed to know about? So that's what I'm seeing here. Thank you for listening to me. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and ideas down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you not? Otherwise, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and reminder, we are doing a giveaway. So if you guys leave a comment, whether that's just an emoji of like an evil eye, yeah, leave me the evil eye emoji down below, or give me some flames. Your comment will count towards the giveaway. Reminder: we'll be giving away that T-shirt, my whoever, whatever on the beach T-shirt. It is extra large and black. So if you are interested, feel free to leave a comment down below, and then on January 16th, not January, December 18th. By 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be using the random YouTube comment picker, and I will have the winner posted up on my community tab. So, if you are interested in the giveaway, feel free, leave a comment, and maybe you guys will be the lucky winner of that. So, thank you all so very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. So, bye!